Back from the dead.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're all invited to go fucking mental on this motherfucking drop. The countdown has just begun. Are you ready? Let's go,
Now we're back from the dead.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another one of my videos. Today we're going to be covering 3 stories that I'm doing there in chronological order, which I need you to remember. It ties into one of the stories. And my friend kind of suggested me to do this. His name is Kane, and I'd also want to shout out before we get into this the YouTuber that my friend Kane is in, along with 2 other friends of mine. It is called ZTK. They're starting to come back. They're starting to actually do videos, and I think they do pretty good content. And it's kind of like a mix of like different stuff that each of the people do, and I think you'd kind of enjoy it. So here it is. I'm gonna put it up on the screen right now when I edit it, because right now I'm just talking without editing it or anything. So it should be up here right now. And yeah, but other than that, let's get into the story time. So we're going to go in chronological order, like I already said, and I need you to remember. So we're going to be doing the first incident that happened on Monday of this week, which is the last week of March, and it goes into September on Saturday at the time that I'm making it, which is April 1st. So on Monday, I was coming up from lunch, and I was already in kind of a bad mood, and I was going through the hallway, listening to headphones and everything, because I didn't really give a fuck about anything at the moment. I wanted to listen to music. So this girl who I already had problems with from the 7th grade wants to confront me again, and she's like behind me. It is not really like a confront, because she's just an asshole. Excuse me. So she screams, "Oh my god, Iron, move!" And I'm just like, "Bitch, go around." Like I screamed at the top of my lungs, "Bitch, go around." And I accidentally spit on her. And she makes a big deal out of nothing. So it keeps going until we keep on like arguing back and forth until she like runs off. And I'm still screaming about it, because that's the thing that I do, because someone puts me in that bad of a mood, and it just fucks me up. So then I go upstairs, and then her little bitchy friends are just fucking talking about me, and then I just sit down, because they're in front of my home base. And so we're not supposed to go in just yet, so I sit, and then I see them, and then they start looking at me, and then they start laughing at me, and I'm just like, "Bitch, do you want to die?" Like, seriously. And then I go inside, and then there is the bitch that kept on fucking with me, and yeah, she was staring at me. I'm like, "Bitch, can I fucking help you? You need to learn some fucking manners. Stop looking at me like that, like I'm the wrong one. You keep on fucking chastising me, and you keep on wanting to tell me, like, go the fuck around, or just shut the fuck up. Seriously." And she's over here just making me explain. It's like, "Oh my god," and she just fucking walks out. I'm just like, "Bitch, oh my god," like, oh my god. Because here's the thing that happened with 2 occasions where this happened. I already told, one of them is already on my fucking YouTube. It's on the school confrontation stories, where this bitch is just like, "Why am I looking at your ass? First of all, you're taller than me, so I don't know why you are looking at my ass. Second of all, feel free to walk the fuck around me if you have a problem." They don't know how to do that, apparently. Maybe they're so fucking dumb that they just don't know how to move and just like go around. I don't know why, but they just don't know how to. But anyway, that's it for that story time. Let's get into the next story time, which is way more serious than this one. So it all starts off at lunch. It's just serious. It's nothing like too bad at the moment, and we're outside for lunch. So let me give you like a little layout of the school so you can kind of understand what's going on. So where we are is at like a certain part of the school. Ow! I bit my fucking tongue. Ow! So where we are in a certain part of the school, it's like where the cafeteria and everything is. So at the front of the school, which is it's on the same side as where the cafeteria is. Oh, excuse me. There's a circle, like parking lot type thing that goes in like a circle. So like you go in one end and you gotta go out the other end. And next to like the entrance of the circle, is where we are. So where it is the cafeteria, and then there's outside the doors, and then there's a little blacktop where people can hang out. It's not really called recess because you can't really do anything but walk around and talk. But yeah, you get the point. And when we walk outside, we see police cars in like the circle lot. So it's me, my friend Joey, my good friend Joey, and then Isaiah, which you already know about. He's a bitch, but at the moment he wasn't being a bitch, so it was okay. So we were all just talking, chilling. There wasn't anything too drastic or anything happening yet. And we see the cars. We're like, what the fuck? Why are there police cars? And then Isaiah walks up to him, and then he immediately gets turned away by one of the teachers that are outside. So he wants to he makes a joke saying, "Oh, it's because I'm black." This, that, and the third. And then he says, "Okay, Joey, come with me." Since Joey is white, he says, "Joey, come with me. See if they turn us away again." He gets a little bit closer, but then they get turned away. He said, "I think that's a student who got locked up." And then it turns out it was actually a PSI, whatever the fuck it is. It's kind of like a helper, but it wasn't for like mental disorders or like anything like that. I think it was just like a helper, I guess. But it's like it kept on going around that he had possession of drugs. But what actually happened when I got home that my parents told me was that he was in possession of a gun. So there's a lot of speculation going around the school about that. It first started off with my friend Kane saying that since he had hollow bullets, does way more damage than normal bullets. If you didn't know that, he thought that he was gonna shoot up the school and then kill himself in the bathroom where they found the evidence that he had a gun. Because what happened was they found a bullet in the teacher's lounge bathroom type thing. I don't know because I'm a student. I'm not allowed in the teacher's lounge, so I don't know what it is. But it was in like a teacher's lounge, teacher's bathroom area type shit. I don't really know. And yeah, so so he was like, yeah, I thought he was gonna fucking shoot up the school and then kill himself in the bathroom, which is very eye-opening and very scary. But I honestly think he was for protection because he wasn't really like being hostile with the gun. It was obviously for just protection. And not to mention he had a license to carry. But the fact of the matter is you're not supposed to have the gun at school, which is why he was arrested. But anyway, now for the story where you had to pay attention about the chronological order of everything. So it goes in the order of which I said the story's in. It is in the order of the confrontation I had in the hallway with the girl. Then it goes to the PSA teacher having a gun, and then it goes into this story. How it follows is on Monday it was in the confrontation, Wednesday was when the guy had the gun, and now Friday is when this happens. And at the time I'm recording this, it's probably at the time this is going to come up. I'm going to upload the video, and if I don't, then you would know that it's on April 1st, Saturday. So this happens yesterday. So that's when it took place. So what happened was, it was this kid named, I'm not going to say his name, because I'll have an update about what actually happened at the moment. If I should actually say his name or not. But what happened was, a teacher was talking to him about it. So he was pretty much being made fun of. He's that type of person. He's like a kid that gets made fun of and everything. But a teacher said something to him, and then my friend, Just Wade, he made a joke about shooting up the school, like, to the guy, saying that, hey, are you gonna shoot up the school? Because they keep on making jokes about it, which is already not okay, but it's funny sometimes, but it's not okay. And I think what's about to happen about this story is kind of gonna teach Josue a lesson that he probably shouldn't fucking do this. So he went up to the kid and said, hey, are you gonna shoot up the school? The kid says, yes, and I'm coming for you first. So it was already scary at that point, and because apparently Josue was making fun of that kid all last year and everything. So he went through a couple other people like me and then a couple other people in the classroom saying, hey, are you gonna shoot them? He said, no, they're safe. And I made a joke saying that, haha, he's gonna come after you. So fast forward into lunch, which gets a little bit scarier. So what happens is, so we go up to lunch, and people walk up to him because shit hits the fan. And if you don't know what that means, it means word goes around about what's going on between that kid and Josue, and about the whole shooting up the school thing. Excuse me. And they said, hey, what type of gun are you using to the kid? He says an AK-47, which is scary because he already had the shit in mind where he could just say it straight up. And I'm telling Josue, I'm like, it's a little scary that you're doing this shit because here's the thing. I started flipping the fuck out because I'm like, okay, he might not actually do it in my, like, table come on making jokes about it. I'm like, he might not actually do it, but there's still, like, a fraction of doubt in my mind that may, like, holy shit, he might actually fucking do it. So we're just like, you might want to actually tell Mr. Crap, I guess, nah. I'm gonna bleep the fucking principal because you might end up finding out my fucking school if I say that. So, might wanna add some security to that. No, I shouldn't, because you don't know what state I'm in and shit. So, we talk about it. We said you should tell him. Turns out he actually tells him. But here's the thing that's like the most scary about everything about this. It wasn't the fact of what he said, because there's a lot of people that I'm friends with that make jokes like that, but you could tell that they're joking. He had a dead, straight ass face the entire time, through every single exchange that he had about the school shooting thing. Not once did he crack a smile, not once did he laugh. That's number one about the scary part. Number two about the scary part is that at the time, like I said, that's why I said it's gonna play with the chronological order. In that time, there was already someone who brought a gun to the school. So it was because of faulty security, because the security doesn't do shit. The security is literally good for nothing. And they didn't realize that the fucking guy had a gun. So this just shows the guy, holy fuck, it's so easy for me to bring a fucking gun to school. Maybe I could actually do it. That's what was the most scary part about it. The most scary part about it was there was a legit possibility that he could be able to bring a fucking gun to school. Because at the end of the day, the security, it was obviously the security's fault. Because the security wasn't keeping an eye on what the fuck is going on. Because the security, all they do is just sit on their ass. They eat, they go on their phone, and then they bitch at students. That's literally all they do. They don't focus on their actual fucking job. They don't actually tell people, hey, you look suspicious, let's keep an eye on him so they don't actually might not have a fucking weapon and might stab someone. So they'd be like, oh yeah, since it's so easy to actually fucking kill someone, or maybe it's so easy to bring a fucking weapon to school, maybe I could actually do it. That's the scary part about it. Because fucking, like, it was just like I'm at a loss of words. But the thing is that, like, it was easy. Like, at the time, it was already easy for someone to get into the school with a weapon then it's just like you imagine what I'm saying. It's just like, okay, so it just shows him at the time that it's easy to actually legitimately bring a gun to school. And just a little update, the school does know about it, and I'm glad because he might end up getting a suspension, but we'll cross that road when we get to it. But also, this is how we know that he might actually, he's a little scary, because he says, I don't know if he's joking or not, he says, what time, he said, when is dinner dance? Because at our school, at around, at the end of the school year, we're going to do a dinner dance. And I joke around and I say, oh yeah, it's in July, even though it's not actually in July. I'm not going to share it here. But if you're like at the school, you know when the actual dinner dance is. But at the time, since I'm very intellectual and I'm just like, and I think very fast and I'm very smart about shit like this, I'm just like, let's not actually tell him if he wants to shoot up the fucking school. And I say, it's in July. And then my fucking friend, Josue, probably just fucked it up. And he says, yeah, I think it's in August. I said, yeah, it's in August. And I said, whispered to him, I said, no, you fucking idiot. Why would you say August when that's around the time when we have to go back to school? You fucked yourself. And he's just like, oh, yeah. He said, yeah, I thought it was in July. I'm just like, you fucking moron. But at the end of the day, it's scary. It's scary about like shit like this because you don't know if the person is being true or not. Not to mention the fact that the type of person that the guy that was saying he might actually shoot up the school, he was the type of person that might actually go through with it. He might the actual person that might actually make it into fruition, and we can't let shit like that happen. We can't afford for that to happen. I mean, we've already dealt with someone who already brought a gun to the school, and we're just lucky that the guy didn't shoot up the fucking school or acted upon it. It was just like, yeah, maybe I should shoot someone or shoot up the school. But now, if there's someone who actually is making threats about shooting up the school, and the security is already faulty and they don't do shit, it's easy for him to actually infiltrate and actually do what he said he was going to do. So, you can imagine my fear, and you can imagine why I was just like, fuck no, let's not actually fucking do that. Let's not actually fucking let someone shoot up the school and we know about it and then we just decided not to say any fucking thing. Let's not do that. But yeah, you can imagine why I was so fucking scared. But that's it for this story time. Thank you guys so much for watching on my content. You can show your appreciation. You can show your appreciation for my content by liking my posts, turning on my post notifications, watching videos, honestly, commenting, constructive criticism. I can take constructive criticism. And other than that, thank you guys so much, and I will see you guys later. Peace out.